Welcome to the Punzi Grange. Today we're going to be working with my tomato plants. I'm going to show you how I fertilize them during the summer. Now, this fertilization scheme is not just great for tomatoes, it's great for all your vegetables, for your perennials, trees, shrubs, whatever plants you want to take good care of. And this is a water-soluble version of fertilization. So that means rather than putting granular fertilizer or organic fertilizer, this is an organic fertilizer regimen that actually is water soluble. So I usually do this about once a week during the growing season, and it works really well, and I'll show you why. The first type we have is actually a powdered fish emulsion. Now, I used to use, growing up, fish emulsion, and it used to come in a liquid, and boy did it smell. Woo! Now this stuff is a powdered version, and they've also, this is called Alaska's sprayable fish powder. And let me see, it's got a little fishiness, but boy, it smells like roses compared to that liquid stuff that comes in the bottle. Ooh, it's great. So this type of fertilizer has a good nitrogen content, phosphorus, and potash, and these plants just really love it. And I'm going to show you how to use that in a second. The other part of the regimen, which is an important part, is seaweed. Now, this is a dried seaweed powder that is water soluble, and I used to get seaweed in a liquid concentrate, but this lasts longer, and the same idea. It's a powder formulation, and it's from Norwegian coastline kelp. And what this provides are all types of micronutrients. Now, it has a little bit of nitrogen and some potash, but not a lot. What I really like about this is now we have all our major nutrients from the fish, and then we add all the micronutrients, because if you think about the ocean salts have all the types of minerals, like every mineral you can imagine, all the minerals that life needs, and so do the plants because they grow in that saltwater environment. In addition, it also has some plant hormone qualities that invigorate plants, and it's hard to explain, but it works really great. So I'm going to show you a little bit how we do this. Now, right now, my tomato plants are just starting out. You can see we got the cages. I have some marigolds that are growing because they work well with pest control, kind of helps mask and also keep some of the beneficial insects around. And what I'm going to do is the fish emulsion, if it gets on the leaves, it's fine. It probably won't do a foliar feeding. The smaller nutrients do a great foliar feeding. So this time of the year, since the plants are small, I'm just going to use a regular, I'm not going to use the sprayer right now, I'm just going to use this. The sprayer will be later on when we need to do big areas. So for 1 gallon, this is a 1 gallon container, we use this is a tablespoon of the fish, put that in, and a teaspoon of the kelp or the seaweed. Kind of use synonymously the two terms. Put that in. Ooh, make sure it all gets in there. I don't want to lose any of those good nutrients, otherwise my lawn will grow over in that one spot. Okay, now I usually, to get it good and mixed up, I usually use a high pressure sprayer, but you can, if you use your finger, you can get the same thing. This makes sure it mixes well. Now it all mixes up. And this sprayer works the same way, and this is called a no-clog sprayer. And what you do is you put these same items inside. You can put these powders inside, and since it doesn't have a tube inside, it will actually take up the nutrients and pull them through. We're almost done here. Make sure I turn it the right way. There we go. Now it's nice and mixed up, and you can see the color, nice and rich. And I have a nice hole and it fills it up, and I go to each plant, fill it in, get it on the leaves, make sure a nice dose. And that's about how much I would put on each plant. Quick, I'll show you this. See it? It pulls up right through here, the water comes in. You put the nutrients inside here, you set the level, and for this you would do rose food on this one. and then you hook it right to the end of the sprayer. You got the different spray patterns, hook it up to the hose, and off you go, and you can spray all the plants when they get bigger. Till next time, this is Peter Punzi. Live long and garden.